If you anthropomorphize the collective West as an individual man, and that man acted the way that the West has acted and is acting right now, well, no one in the world will regard that man as civilized. He's a lying, abusive, violent fraud. He mistreats his own family. He never keeps his word. He doesn't believe in anything. He has no beliefs. He's greedy, he's frivolous, and he's petty. He's insecure, cowardly, toxic, crude, and unhygienic. Well, you wouldn't even want to sit next to him on the bus, much less take him as a mentor or a role model. He's a vicious criminal who doesn't even have the guts to own up to what he's done. So, I mean, is it really a surprise to anyone that this approach to life does not lead to long-term success? Can anyone really be surprised that someone like this meets a humiliating end? No, it couldn't be any other way. You know, on a civilizational scale and on an individual scale, in your culture, you admire and reward predation. You admire and reward trickery, deceit, taking advantage of people, exploiting people, using people. You admire that. You love that. You reward that. You encourage people to deprioritize spiritual, moral, and intellectual development and to prioritize material development. And development here means acquisition. It means accumulation by any and every means possible. Okay, this is what you admire and reward in your society. And so, of course, people rise in your society who are like that, who act like that, who behave like that. They rise to power, they rise to influence, they gain control by these very same beliefs and these very same behaviors, by misusing and abusing and victimizing and oppressing and dispossessing others. This is the track that you laid in your culture, in your so-called civilization, for how to attain high status and power, basically by being a terrible human being, by being an underdeveloped, savage, primitive, backwards, uncivilized person. You made the system for this. You programmed it like this. You understand me? You programmed it so that the worst possible people in your society would become the most powerful people in your society. And somehow you thought that once they attain power, somehow their predatory nature, which you've never done anything all along but reward, you thought it would change. You thought somehow that they would not remember. And why are you so foolish and so naive and so delusional about that? Because you are not developed. And we're all looking from afar, you know, watching from afar, seeing the inevitable play out. And there's nothing to us that's more astonishing than your shock, than your surprise and your disappointment. As if you really thought that there was any conceivable reason why the West would ever turn out differently.